So as I start this video today, I'm holding this box. And the reason why is I want to share a story, or a story I think that's familiar to most parents. Oftentimes at Christmas or a holiday, like a birthday party, you're giving your kids presents and you're so excited for them to open what's inside. But I know every parent at some point has had this experience where the kids end up just playing with the box. You know, they get so wrapped up in the thing, not in the thing that's in the box, but in the box itself. And they're using it and building all sorts of things, or, pretending it's something that it's not. So the reason why I mention the box or start with the box is in this Sunday's gospel, we hear Jesus say this thing: in the beginning, it was not so. And what's going on is the Pharisees and the Sadducees, they're trying to trap Jesus by asking him a question about divorce. And he says, in the beginning, it was not so. And marriage is actually called the primordial sacrament. Now, that's a funny sounding phrase, but a sacrament, if we remember, means that it is an outward sign, a visible sign of God's life, of God's grace. We see God at work in the world through marriage. Marriage is meant to point us to God. And so Jesus is pointing us back to the real meaning, to the true meaning, to the sacrament of marriage. Marriage has always been meant to show the relationship of us to God, that He desires to be as close to us as husband and wife, that marriage is meant to point us to this greater reality that God loves us fully, and nothing can ever separate us from that love. Now, marriage today, it often, our experience of marriage oftentimes is broken. And I want to encourage you to pray for families. Pray especially for families who are going through hardship. But pray also to just for marriage in general, that it might be the sign that God intended it to be. Because marriage, it's something, it's this beautiful sign for each and every one of us, whether we're married, single, a priest, a religious. The beauty of marriage is always meant to direct us to God. And so if you're married, it's encouragement to really stop and examine your marriage. How are you showing others? How are you pointing others to Jesus, to God, to the life of God Himself? And for those of us that aren't married, it's a call to remember to pray for those who are. That whatever state we're in, we might live out our relationship with God. Know today that you are loved and that God is inviting you closer to Himself and to experience that love today.